frequency. You know, a lot of people have asked me about this. You know, in the early days of working in my human design or with my human design, I didn't have a lot of the tools that you guys have now. I really didn't. I mean, you know, aura wasn't even introduced when I started. But frequency has always been there for me. It's like, and I can get into all the mad science of my design and understand why and all this stuff, but that's not what I'm really pointing at, guys. So I don't need you guys for, oh, that's because he has the da-da-da. Well, okay, yes, but I'm talking about a more global thing. And it really is just like when you're settled in your space. Now, the thing is that for me, you know, open sacral, open throat, open emotions, all this stuff, when I began, it was almost like a baby learning to walk. I had to be very careful, you know, especially understanding the aura mechanics and aura dynamics with people. It was almost like I was an infant learning to walk, and I could only really hold that frequency from like this very mellow kind of, I had to really get there. It was like almost an effort to get there. And I'm fine down here at this frequency, but I'm also fine wherever. You know, my design is carried away. I'm carried away in my madness. I'm carried away in the joy of all of this. I'm carried away in challenging the world. I am. I love it. But the ability to hold that frequency, you know, it may take you 3 to 5 years of really almost a militant step by step, making sure that, you know, you're really honoring yourself in every moment. You know, I don't even like the words correct or not and this and that. It makes it sound like, you know, this is good and that is bad. No, you know, screw up with reckless abandon. I mean, it's an experiment, guys. I mean, if you're not blowing some stuff up, you're not experimenting. And I get that there's that place where you've got to be, you know, you're like a baby again, and you're learning to walk. You're learning to meet your life in a completely new way, a way that you've never even imagined was possible. And on the flip side of that, I'm just now, I'm still not friends with my mind, be clear. My mind still sucks. It's a torture chamber for me. But I am starting to see the creative potential. You know, all of this, this studio, the building of this and research, I mean, it all took my mind to do that. But I only entered into it when it was correct for me to do it. I only show up here and talk to you guys when it's correct for me to do it. I mean, it's not like the mind is going to go away. You know, it just, you get out of the way of you get it out of your way, you know, in terms of operating your life. That's what human design gives you, the ability to meet your life with a different, you know, a different awareness. And that's, you know, from the alignment of your frequency in space, and you know, dialing it down to your radio station so it sings perfectly your song. And then, you know, I can do punk rock, I can do classical. I don't know if I can do jazz. I'm not really a jazz guy, but, you know, actually I'm more like on the kind of metal punk rock end of things, I have to admit. I like reggae, you know, I can do a lot of different versions of my song. So I hope that helps answer the question of why, you know, I may appear to be very different, and because I am, and it's okay. You know, there's not just one frequency that I am, and this is what it's like. You know, it was like that. I admit it, you know, and I may have gone way overboard and been super militant. That's part of the deal, guys. But there is no law that I'm following. There is nobody's truth that I'm asking for. I mean, that's what it means to become your own authority, you know, to stand as your own authority. And, you know, yeah, I mean, I'm still open where I'm open. I'm still susceptible. I still get hurt. I mean, it's not like I'm living in some Buddha-like state that, oh, it's all perfect. Well, bullshit. It is not all perfect. Actually, most of the time it's pretty effed up. But now it's funny. And I used to cause suffering. And, you know, if you're on one of those Pollyanna trips that it's all love and light and everything, and that's your trip and it's authentic, no problem. But if it's just a story, I just see through things, guys. I just see through things. You know, even people within human design that I've had a tremendous amount of respect for and energetically, you know, connected to and stuff, you know, dude, I see. And I see who's trying to change me, and I see who's not. And that's a good indicator, you know. I'm always willing to listen to somebody's perspective. I am. I'm open to it. But, you know, the only times I've ever gotten myself in trouble is when I actually believed that somebody knew better than me what was going on. And I know that sounds silly, but it's true. It's happened to me on numerous occasions in human design. So, you know, I mean, I'm a crash test dummy. I'm on like the first wave hitting the beach here, guys. I mean, please, you know, it's okay to learn from my mistakes. I'm trying to give that to you and empower you to be your own, you know, be in your own trip. And as soon as you start following someone else, man, you're lost. You're lost. So, frequency, guys. It's all about finding your frequency and understanding what that is. And once you're there and you're comfortable and you know how to get back to that spot, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you give in to something and you know you're doing it. Just be aware. You know, I do things for people all the time that aren't correct, you know, for my design, but it's correct for my life. You know, I don't have that. And it sounds funny because I am so rigid. It's like I'm saying I'm not rigid. Yes, I am, but in a flexible, rigid way. You guys work on that one for the day. Very rigid in my flexibility. All right, guys. Enjoy. Aloha.
I am through with you.